All right, let's get right into it. Today we're talking about a really cool compound that might just be able to reverse that energy slump we all associate with getting older. And it does it by, get this, literally rebuilding the tiny power plants inside our cells. It's a wild mechanism, so let's jump straight into the science. You know who I'm talking about, right? You've seen that person. Maybe they're in their 50s, but they have this boundless energy, while so many people decades younger are just completely wiped out by 3 p.m. Well, the source for this explainer calls this the ghost variable. It's this hidden thing that explains it all, and it goes way beyond just your diet or how much you work out. So, this is the big question we're going to unpack today. Why does this happen? And spoiler alert, it's not really about your genes or some magic pill. It's about a very specific biological process that's firing on all cylinders for some people, and for a lot of us, well, it's starting to fail.
So where is this ghost hiding out? Well, it's not some kind of abstract idea. It's a real physical thing that's happening deep inside your cells as we speak.
And here's where the perspective shift happens, and this is what's so cool. We're always told, oh, you're just getting older, it's normal to feel tired, but the research here suggests something different. It suggests it's a specific, addressable malfunction. This isn't some inevitable fate, it's a biological problem, and that means it could have a biological solution.
Okay, so let's get down to the nuts and bolts. The problem, the real source of this energy drain, lies with these tiny little power plants that are humming away inside pretty much every single cell in your body.
And here they are, the mitochondria. Seriously, just think of them as your personal cellular engines. They take the fuel, the food you eat, and they convert it into ATP. That's the universal energy currency that your body uses for, well, everything. Thinking, moving, breathing, you name it.
Now, this is the most important part to understand. It's a two-part problem. Problem number one is that your mitochondria just get old and wear out. That's totally normal. We expect that. But the real issue, the one that causes that massive energy cliff so many people fall off after 40, is problem number two. Your body's ability to build brand new, shiny, efficient mitochondria to replace the old ones, it just tanks. That's the critical failure.
And when your cellular power grid starts to fail, it's not just about feeling a little tired. No, it hits everything. Your brain? That's brain fog. Your workouts? You've got lower power and recovery stinks. Your metabolism slows down, and even your immune system gets weaker. That feeling of mental slowness? It's not in your head. It's a literal energy shortage happening in your brain cells.
But what if there was a switch we could flip to turn the whole power grid back on? Well, that brings us to the star of today's show, a compound called PQQ.
PQQ, or pyrroloquinoline if you want to be formal, is so interesting because it's not about trying to repair your old, broken-down cellular engines. Its unique superpower is that it sends a direct signal to your body's machinery, telling it to start construction on brand-new mitochondria. It's not a tune-up. It's a total rebuild of your energy supply.
So how in the world does it do that? It's actually a pretty simple domino effect. PQQ flicks on a little sensor. That sensor then activates what scientists call the master switch for making mitochondria, a pathway called PGC1 alpha. And once that master switch is on, boom, the factory doors swing open and start cranking out new engines.
To really see where PQQ fits in, think of your cellular health like a big project. You've got other compounds out there. Urolithin A, that's your cleanup crew, hauling away the old damaged junk. NAD+ precursors, they're the optimization team, fine-tuning the engines you already have. But PQQ is the construction crew. They're the ones showing up with blueprints and building entirely new power plants from scratch.
Okay, so the science is absolutely compelling. But how do you actually put this into practice? Let's talk about the actual practical protocol.
The number that keeps popping up in the research is super simple and clear, 20 milligrams. That's it. Taking less doesn't seem to do much, so 20 milligrams a day is the magic number you want to remember.
And here's the how-to. It's incredibly easy. You take your 20 milligrams, you take it in the morning to help power you through the day, and this part is super important, you take it with some sort of fat. Think avocado, eggs, a little olive oil. PQQ is fat-soluble, which means it needs that fat to get absorbed properly by your body.
All right, now for the fun part, the part we all care about. Does this stuff actually work? Let's look at the numbers, the hard data from the source material.
So, after just 90 days of following this protocol, the actual density of mitochondria, the number of power plants packed into muscle cells, was measured to have increased by an incredible 28%. This isn't just about feeling better. This is a physical, structural change happening inside your body.
And that physical change leads to some amazing functional improvements. VO2 max, which is a key measure of your aerobic fitness, and even your longevity, went up by 12.5%. For anyone who trains, you know that is a massive, massive gain.
And if you're an athlete, you're going to love this. Look at the power output. A 13.5% increase in power right at the lactate threshold. What does that mean in plain English? It means you can go harder, for longer, before you hit that wall and have to back off.
Now, it's really important to set the right expectations here. You're not going to feel this overnight. Your body needs time. The source suggests you'll start to feel those real energy improvements kick in somewhere between week 4 and week 8. By week 12, the objective numbers show big changes, and you've basically established a new, higher baseline for your energy.
And let me just stress this one more time, because it's critical. These incredible results weren't because of a new diet or a crazy new workout plan. All of that stuff stayed exactly the same. The only thing that changed was adding 20 milligrams of PQQ every day.
I think this quote just sums it all up perfectly. That energy decline we feel, it's not a one-way street. It's not an irreversible part of getting old. The capacity to feel energetic is still there, lying dormant. It just needs the right signal, the right intervention to wake it back up.
And really, that leaves us with one final thought. The science shows a clear path to rebuilding our energy from the inside out. So the only question left to ask is, are you ready to flip the switch